Have you ever sat at your desk on a gray Tuesday morning, the harsh fluorescent lights humming above you, staring at a spreadsheet that feels like it's slowly draining your soul, and just wondered, is this really it? Is this the absolute peak of the human experience? For thousands of Americans, the answer has been a resounding, echoing no. They're packing their bags, leaving the high-rent districts of New York, San Francisco, and Chicago, and they are heading south. Specifically, to Colombia. It's not just a vacation anymore, it's a full-blown migration, a demographic shift that is quietly transforming the landscape of South American cities. You see it on your Instagram feed, you hear it in the hushed tones of digital nomad forums, and suddenly, your friend from college, the one who used to work 60 hours a week in a windowless cubicle, is posting photos from a rooftop in Medellin with a view of the Aburra Valley that looks like $1,000,000. But why here? Why Colombia? It's not just about the world-class coffee or the intoxicating rhythm of salsa. There is something deeper, something magnetic, happening in this corner of South America. It's a complex combination of economic, social, and climatic factors that, when you put them all together, creates a lifestyle that feels almost impossible to replicate back home. Let's dive into the reality of this Colombian dream and see if it's actually as good as everyone says, or if we're all just being sold a digital fantasy. First, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the cost of living, which is frankly staggering when compared to the Western status quo. You walk into a high-end cafe in the El Poblado district of Bogotá or Medellin, order a gourmet meal featuring locally sourced ingredients, a plate that would cost you $30 to $40 in Los Angeles or Manhattan, and you pay maybe $7 or $8. That's the reality. It's not about being cheap, it's about having a fundamentally higher quality of life for a fraction of the cost. You can live like a king or queen on a monthly budget that barely gets you a studio apartment in a dangerous neighborhood in the States. Your dollar stretches so far that it actually changes your relationship with money. Instead of stressing about rent, health insurance premiums, or the rising cost of groceries, you're suddenly able to travel on weekends to the Caribbean coast, eat out at top-tier restaurants 3 times a week, and even hire help for things like cleaning, laundry, or even a personal trainer. It changes your mindset from surviving to thriving. The exchange rate is a massive factor, of course, but it's more than that. It's the local economy itself that is designed for a different, more sustainable pace of life. You don't need to make 6 figures to live a life of comfort and luxury. That financial freedom is a huge part of the appeal. It allows you to breathe, to think, and to actually enjoy your life without the constant, crushing pressure of the corporate grind. When your baseline expenses drop by 60 or 70%, the survival mode part of your brain finally switches off, and you start to wonder what you could actually do with your time if you weren't constantly chasing a paycheck to cover basic existence. And then, there's the people. You'll hear stories about the warmth of the Colombian culture, and they're all true, but there's a specific conversation often whispered about the social scene, particularly concerning the women of Colombia and the general social openness of the locals. It's a culture that values femininity, family, and deep-seated social connection in a way that feels incredibly refreshing to many Westerners who are tired of the transactional nature of modern dating and friendship. People here are genuinely interested in you. They want to know your story, they want to share a meal, and they value human interaction over digital status. It's a culture that is incredibly welcoming and vibrant. You'll find that building a social circle here isn't as difficult as it is in a cold, anonymous city back home where everyone is glued to their phone. The social fabric is tighter, more emotional, and deeply rooted in tradition and joy. Whether it's a night out dancing at a local salsa club or a simple afternoon chat in a park with a neighbor, there is a level of genuine engagement that is hard to find elsewhere. It's not just about romantic connections, it's about the general vibe of the people you meet every day. They are proud of their country, proud of their heritage, and happy to share it with you, treating you like a guest rather than a stranger. You'll notice that in Colombia, the hello isn't a formality, it's an invitation to connect. Now, let's talk about the weather, because it is perhaps the most underrated aspect of the migration. If you're tired of shoveling snow in Boston, scraping ice off your windshield in Chicago, or paying a fortune to air condition your apartment in the middle of a brutal desert heat wave, Colombia is going to feel like a dream. Medellin is famously known as the city of eternal spring for a very good reason. You have this perfect, mild temperature year-round, usually hovering in the 70s. You don't need a heavy winter coat, you don't need to salt your driveway, and you don't need to hide indoors for 6 months of the year. It's this constant, temperate climate that allows you to live a truly outdoor lifestyle. You can go for a hike in the mountains on a Tuesday morning, sit at an outdoor cafe for a midday meeting, or just walk through the city without worrying about the forecast. It's such a simple thing, but it has a massive impact on your mental health. When you aren't fighting the elements, you're just happier. It sounds simple, but it's a game changer. The ability to be outside every single day, to feel the breeze on your face, to see the sun, it changes your biology. It changes how you approach your day. You feel more alive, more energized, and more connected to the world around you. It's a massive departure from the climate-controlled, artificial existence of a typical American office worker who spends their life in a cycle of climate-controlled home, climate-controlled car, and climate-controlled office. Of course, the modern nomad needs more than just sunshine and friendly neighbors. You need the internet. And surprisingly, Colombia has stepped up its game in a major way. In cities like Medellin, Bogota, Cali, and even smaller towns like Salento, you'll find high-speed fiber optic internet that rivals anything you'd find in a major US tech hub. You can hop on a Zoom call with your boss in New York, share large, multi-gigabyte files, and stream 4K video without a single hiccup. It's the backbone of the digital nomad movement here. Co-working spaces are popping up everywhere, filled with people from all over the world. You have this incredible community of like-minded individuals, entrepreneurs, developers, writers, and artists, all working from the comfort of a beautiful Colombian city. It's not just about the Wi-Fi, it's about the infrastructure that supports a remote work lifestyle. You have coffee shops that are basically remote work hubs, complete with ergonomic chairs, high-quality espresso, and enough outlets to power a small village. And because the cost of living is so low, you don't have to work 80 hours a week just to pay your bills. You can work fewer hours, do higher quality, more creative work, and still have enough money to travel and explore the country's diverse geography. It's a balance that is almost impossible to achieve in the high-pressure environment of the States, where the grind is often conflated with value. But it's not just about work. It's about the overall quality of life and the philosophy of time. In the US, we often measure success by how busy we are, how many meetings we have on our calendar, and how little sleep we get. In Colombia, success is measured by how much you enjoy your time and the quality of your relationships. The pace is significantly slower. People take time for lunch, actual, sit-down, hour-long lunches. They take time to see their families on Sundays. They value the after-work hours just as much as the work hours. You'll find yourself slowing down, too, almost by osmosis. You'll start noticing the details. The way the light hits the Andes Mountains in the late afternoon, the smell of fresh fruit and arepas in the local markets, the sound of music drifting from a balcony. It's a lifestyle that prioritizes your humanity over your productivity. You're not just a cog in a corporate machine anymore, you're an active participant in your own life. You're learning the language, you're trying the food, and you're engaging with a culture that has survived and thrived through adversity. And that leads us to the housing, which is perhaps the most tangible benefit of the move. You've seen the videos on YouTube, modern, sleek, high-rise apartments with floor-to-ceiling windows, rooftop infinity pools, and 24/7 security, all for a price that would barely get you a damp basement in Chicago or a studio in a rough part of Philly. It's real. You can find beautiful, furnished apartments in the best neighborhoods for a fraction of what you'd pay in a major US city. And these aren't just cheap places, they are comfortable, modern, and often come with amenities that feel like a luxury hotel. You have 24-hour security guards, gyms, saunas, and views that will make your friends back home incredibly jealous. It's a level of housing security and comfort that feels like a massive upgrade. You're not just saving money, you're living in a better space. You're living in a home that makes you feel good. And when your home is your sanctuary, everything else in your life starts to fall into place. It's the final piece of the puzzle. When you combine the low cost of living, the amazing people, the perfect weather, the solid internet, and the incredible housing, you get a life that feels like it's being lived at a higher resolution. It's not for everyone, no move is, but for those looking for something different, something more, Colombia is offering a path that is becoming harder to ignore. It's a place that challenges you, inspires you, and ultimately, changes you. It's an invitation to step out of the expected and into the extraordinary. So, if you're tired of the same old routine, if the American dream feels like it's just a debt-ridden nightmare, maybe it's time to look south. Maybe it's time to see what all the fuss is about. Because once you get here, once you feel the rhythm of the city and the warmth of the culture, you might just find that you never want to leave. It's a journey that starts with a single decision, a flight, a passport stamp, a leap of faith, but it leads to a lifetime of memories. And honestly, who doesn't want that? The world is much, much bigger than the four walls of your cubicle or your apartment, and Colombia is waiting to show you just how big it really is. It's time to pack your bags, update your passport, and prepare for an adventure that will redefine what you think is possible for your own life. Subscribe for more cinematic journeys through the most fascinating places in